Hi, Matt.
And there's Matt.
Hey,
Hi, Matt.
And there is
howdy,
Jody.
howdy.
Hi, Peter and Linda. Hi, Jody.
I only see one Peter and Linda. Wait a minute. Is there something wrong?
Yeah, they got to turn on their other devices.
Ah, there they are. There's at least one.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa. Put a
hey,
shirt on.
excuse me.
Can we all go without a shirt today? Is it shirt off day?
Well, if you want.
Ah,
I don't
All
think it's.
right.
I don't think it's fair that Peter just has his shirt off.
right? It's not
Well,
fair. It's ladies.
apparently he shut off his camera, so maybe. Oh, now so we get Linda.
There we
Fine.
go. There we go.
I guess there is a hope there, huh? No, I'm sorry. She's
Let
not Hope.
let's
She's
let,
Linda.
let's get started, man.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and just do the usual. Welcome, 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 everybody. It's so great to see you. Welcome to Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis, the AMAs. That's why we call it Ask Me Anything AMA with the amazing Robert Hollis. We are so glad to have you with us on this Saturday, August 24th. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Now, as part of Ask Me Anything, of course, the whole idea is that you get to ask Robert Hollis, a certified millionaire, any question you want. And that's why we do this every Saturday so that you can ask him a question. He will help you move on to the next level. So, before we get started, a couple of things. If you do want to ask Robert a question, that's awesome. It's very simple. You see where my face is. There is, put your cursor in the middle of the, where you see my face. You can put it on my nose if you want to. That's no big deal. And then down below, you'll see a bunch of buttons. One of those buttons is raise hand. Click on that raise hand button and we will call on you in the order in which we receive it. Or the other thing you can do is you can ask the question in the chat and we will read it on your behalf and Robert will answer that question based on that. So that's how we do AMAs. If you're watching us on YouTube, we recorded this a little earlier. So go ahead and ask your question in the post description below and we will respond the following week if you'd like to follow up. So, very good with that. And please, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you want to join us and be part of our amazing communities, the Inner Circle and Imaginators, go ahead and hit roberthollis.com/join or the button down below that says join. And you can become part of our amazing communities where we go to the next level with talking with you and helping you move to the next level. I got to give a shout out to all of our amazing community members because we are now up to 7,431 subscribers. It's all because of you sharing the messages that are here to people with ears that hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you each and every one of you. We appreciate you and we're glad to have you with us and that you are sharing these messages. Also, we need to give an inner circle welcome to Jen Riley. She joined us within the inner circle. So, Jen, thank you so much. Welcome. We're glad to have you on board with us, and we're excited to help you go to the next level. Uh, Before we get things rolling and before I hand this over to Robert, we always like to share a message, a meme, a vibe, or something like that. Well, Terry, you did a vibe of the day yesterday. So I would like to share that one with you because it is definitely appropriate for today and for this time, and with all the things that are happening with Inner Circle, with all you visionaries, the trade stars, and stuff like that, and Imaginators too. So Vibe of the day was from yesterday. It reads, your mind will believe what you continuously tell it. So tell it that you're smart, talented, fearless, and you have what it takes.
Nice.
All right. All that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our Ask Me Anythings with the amazing Robert Hollis. So everybody give it up because it is that time to bring them on. Please welcome Terry and Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you, everyone. I see some other people jumping on here. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Arthur. Hi, James, Faith, Kai, Karen, Yasin. Dee Dee, Mike, Karen, love you guys, and Linda. Well, it's great to be here. I made a decision to get up at 4 in the morning and make it to the airport to be here for the Ask Me Anything. So I'm glad that everyone could show up. I'm kidding. But yeah, can you guys imagine that I did a training on Thursday, training on Friday, training on Saturday? So it's like some people say they're in it to win it, and some people pretend. We can't all be that aggressive, but yeah, I just have some quick things to share with you guys. Of course, the Thursday meeting was not planned at all. There's a couple of people that have now come out of the closet in the good way, but Joey Wilson. There was also a guy, John, Dr. Wimbley. I believe that he was on a call. But all these guys, there's a new guy. I wish I knew his last name. His name is Al. But we were adding up that there was 11 people there, 11 people there that have all made, between $8 and $60 million. And so one of the crazy things that Josh Wagle said is he said, the only time I've seen this many successful network marketers in one room was like at an Eric Worre event. But we're all in that room because we see it and we feel it. And so the best way that I can explain this to you guys is, it's very, very difficult to, there's three different momentums. A lot of people don't understand this. There's creating momentum. Creating momentum is very, very difficult. It really, really, really is. But every one of us talked about when you're in the right place at the right time, that kind of momentum, creating momentum is like effortless if you're in the right place at the right time. It just seems effortless. And I got to experience this with MDC. This is another point that I'll bring up, is I've never been involved in a company that had two of them. Never. So when you got involved in HempWorks, everyone thought it was HempWorks. We didn't even know it was a brand of MDC. And that was in, I believe, late 2017. And Terry and I got in March of 2018. And the company went from 10 million to 100 million to 170 million. And so they got accolades as being the fastest growing direct sales company at that time. And it was just amazing. And every leader said the same thing about where MDC is now. And again, it's really, really wrapped around Akashics. And so, I got to learn so much from these young kids that have been, in the trading industry there were 4 leaders there from 4 different network marketing trading companies. And all of them were like in the top 5 money earners of all of these companies. So I don't know all of their names, but I'm sure that if you do your due diligence, you'll find out. But yeah, there took a couple of them for a domino to tip. And think about a person that's made, $21 million with a company, and he was there for 9 years and he leaves. That is a big owie, and so that kind of stuff causes ripples. You know what I mean? A lot of ripples. And so, and that brings me to a point, is that you guys, there were, all the young kids were there, and it was really awesome for me because, I'm now called by all the young guys, Uncle Rob, you know what I mean? And what was really amazing is they just really were picking my brain because they were blown away with how many people that I brought into Akashics. Josh, of course, has some of the inner data. So in my organization, we brought in just a little over 250 new Akashics members in the last 2 weeks. All right. 47 personally for me, but 34 of those were brand new people personally to me. And so, they were all asking what I did. And of course, the that been around me the longest know exactly what I did. And so step one, I took their presentation or whatever they did. It was sort of confusing, but at the end of July, they were talking about travel and trade. Remember that? Well, I took that deal. I took that deal and I just promoted it to everyone. And you guys know my number one line: check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. Well, then I started catching on to really what it was, right? And then all of a sudden I did that, 4-minute video. And Craig, how many views does it have on it now?
Well, last check, it was over 16,000. I can give me a moment and I'll find that out.
Just nuts. But he'll tell us the numbers in a little bit. Hi, Mike. Great to have you on here. Hi, Jay. Dwayne, what is it? Dwanell?
Donnell.
Donnell.
Hey, if it's over 5 letters, it's a good chance that I'm going to get it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to get it right.
Okay, it's almost 17,000. It's 16,875.
Wow. And so when I did that video, I didn't know this, but a lot of people that are in the trading thing, and listen closely, you guys, this is not about, I'm just telling you what it is. Whether you do what I do, that's all up to you. But every one of the kids grabbed my video because Maddie Pips grabbed it, and that's what they were using for their peak of interest. Does anybody want to guess why they were sharing my video? Credibility. Credibility. It's like, listen, I made a couple $1 million. I made high 6 figures. This guy's made 60. And he's old. And he's talking about, he knows nothing about trading, and he's getting in. So they not only looked at that video as being something, so every one of them told me, because Maddie Pip stole it off my YouTube channel, every one of them have stolen it too. So this video is going everywhere, even though we see it going viral there. And again, it's a peak of interest. And then the next step is I showed them the presentation that they all did. So when they were asking me, can you imagine all these young guys were saying, how are you growing so fast? And I said, well, Ollie got me in the business. Maddie made me make sense of it. And of course, Josh doing the closing. It blows me away that these traders that are 8 and 9 years into trading and made million are still older than Josh. Let that sink in. That is like, these guys are all in their, mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s. Josh is 33. So Terry and I were talking about how humble Josh is and how he's just listening to everybody and putting it all together. And so, to hang around these people and listen to how excited they were. And then again on Saturday, now what you're seeing is MDC in the entire marketplace. So it's pretty wild that you got, the Akashics. And so I told everybody what I've been telling you. If you guys, it's easy to explain to someone when you say, hey, have you heard of Bentley? Have you heard of Porsche? Have you heard of Lamborghini? Have you heard of Audi? Have you heard of Bugatti? And people go, yeah. And I said, you know what they all have in common? They're owned by Volkswagen. And it instantly has them. And I said, so when you look at MDC, My Daily Choice, they have Akashics, they have HempWorks, they have Body Melt, they have all of these brands. And it's sort of interesting that I got to listen to, I was telling Terry about this, I got to listen to Sean and Ty. That was the first time that I got to hear them talk about their products. For the love of God. I mean, when you hear the owners of these companies talk about their products and how, they were used by the San Antonio Spurs when they won back-to-back world championships in basketball. And they named all these athletes that take this product. And they said that their proudest moment was that they've never paid a dime to any of the sports athletes like Steve Nash that promote their product. They're just that good. And I'm going like, I heard John Herenzla talk about, the clear drops for detox. And I'm just like going, people are going to focus on the trend of Akashics. But once you get people that are in the company and then they start getting emails from Volkswagen, that's MDC, talking about the new Porsche and the new Audi, and then the other thing, you guys probably seen the new product. I know that they shared a video, the same video that we seen because the owners couldn't be there. But this 2-minute miracle gel, it's got all these incredible people that endorse it as well. But I'm just looking at this company and just going, wow. It had a weird feeling, and I'll close it with this and then we'll answer some questions, is that whole thing that we've always heard about catching trends. My mentor taught me that 37 years ago, and he's just saying all the time, hey, listen, when you catch a trend, it's like it's effortless. It's just totally, totally effortless. And so I was telling every one of them that, 37 years ago, I got, my mentor gave me a video, and I asked everyone if they knew anyone that wanted to make money, and they would ask what it was, and then I would show them a video. And I told them that I haven't changed for 37 years. So when I got in this company almost 6.5 years ago, I had Josh and Jenna do a Zoom, and me and Melody and her team and the people that were with at that time got that video seen 119,000 times. And so I think you guys are seeing something a little different when I do that small peak of interest video for 4 minutes. And immediately you guys seen in the other video, I log into my online banking. Let's get to the point. And in the new video, I'm showing my cell phone. And so, it's really, really amazing all the different reasons that this company is in momentum. But here's the worst part for each and every one of you. When you see people getting results and getting the results fast, and you feel this incredible thing inside of you going, am I going to miss this again? Yeah, you will if you don't get your head right. I still see people that are all caught up, and everything they seem to touch turns into problems and frustration. And I can't figure this out, and this ain't working. I can't get anybody to help me. You guys got to really listen to the stuff that you say, because that's the same shit that's held you back in everything you've been involved in. Did you guys hear me? This is not the only time that you were involved in something and you're mad at your mentor, you're mad at the technology, you're mad because you can't sign in right, you're mad because when you get your product, there's something wrong with the product, it leaked in the package. Have you ever thought that all these things that happen to just you? Just think about that. So you see other people that they might have the same kind of difficulty or problem, but they seem like, hey, this is no problem. I'll figure it out. And when it's my time, I'll figure it out. And then all of a sudden they're sending me, I got it. And then they're sending me shots of how much money they made. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but I broke a 1K in 4 different legs. 4 different legs went 1K. Is that mind-boggling? So a lot of you have been around me for a long time, and you're watching me do it all over again. It's like I don't not only bring people in, but I get them to 1K. Now we got 2 new 10Ks in Nigeria. I think they're already at 20,000 in volume. You know what I mean? So it's like if it's happening for others and it's not happening to you, you need to ask the questions, why? Why is this working so well for somebody else and not me? And I know the answer. It's mindset. It's 100% mindset. I don't know if everything's been happening so fast, but do you guys know that we have 2 1Ks in Somalia? A guy reached out to me and he goes, that was that Tom Hanks movie, I'm Now the Captain, the pirates. And I made a joke when I was in front of the room. I'm going, hey, when you can convert pirates into trade stars, you got a great opportunity. And so that's all I got to say. I know there's so much more that happened. Of course, we listened to stuff happen for 2 or 3 days. I got a chance to talk to Ollie and Javed, and it's going to be really, really amazing because I haven't had a time sent for when we're going to do a Zoom this week, but they're going to come on and show us exactly what we need to do to win our challenges. And some of these guys know how to win a challenge in 48 hours. And so they showed me what they do. And I learned a lot of stuff while I was hanging around these guys. So don't run out there and just do it. But do you guys know that there's companies out there that you can pay to win challenges for you? Had no clue. So this prop thing's been out there for a little while, and a lot of prop companies cannot stay in business, right? And so, we know who's behind this prop. So money is not the problem. And so it's going to be neat because Josh's whole goal is, you guys have already seen the post, right? Of these people that are withdrawing money. Josh was sitting at a laptop yesterday, and there was 4 other people that already have won the challenge and withdrawn down money into their personal bank account to pay for their expenses. And he was talking to all the leaders around the table, and none of us knew who the hell they were. So these are not names where everyone would go, oh, I know who that is. No, there's brand new people that have been in this company less than a week that's not only won the challenge, but already withdrawing money, and no one knows who they are. That's when you got a business opportunity. That's when you really got something that's great, because these people are finding us, they're signing up under somebody, and they're going to work and withdrawing their money, and people don't even know who they are. I think that's the biggest sign to, hey, you guys got a great thing. I want to learn this. I want to knock it out. So, maybe focus on asking the question. You guys know the $1 million question, right? Just change it a little bit. It's like, hey, do you know anyone that makes their money by trading? Because people that trade seem to brag about it when they're winning. Oh yeah, I know someone that trades. Because they love building an organization, especially on other people's money. And that's the last thing I'll say. In marketing, and I've said this before to this group, in marketing, here's who wins. The person with the irresistible offer. And I just, so now that, tonight will be, I don't know if they'll extend it again. It was like Jenna and Josh kept setting records that if you did more people, they would do it again. And we keep crushing those. I think I heard last 2,500 people came in on this last promotion. So a lot of people are going to ask, well, what are we going to do after this? I know I shared this with you guys, but I made $1,200. I made $1,200 from marketing TradeX Mastery because I just love saying this. I told everybody what I was saying, and I just say, hey, listen, I know a company that'll give you $200,000, no credit check, no assets, and no payments. Don't have to pay it back. Now, the only way that you can get the funds is they will teach you how to trade. And so if you're willing to start doing tap and trade and then learn your way, they'll end up giving you that money, and you can use that money as leverage to take down payments and take care of your family. And they're like, wow. And I said, well, there's only one negative. I said, if you're doing it for 200,000, you'd have to put, $935 down. And you know what the number one thing they say after that? $935 for 200 grand? That's okay. That's okay. I can do that. And then the people that say I don't have 935, then I go all the way to the bottom, right? So it starts with the Bugatti, and now I'm talking about the Volkswagen. Did you guys catch that? And I go, well, you can get 10,000 for $99, $100. Yeah. And then work your way up. Most people make money and then they use that money to buy another
Challenge.
challenge. Thank you, honey. And move up from there. So I'm done with my little spiel. And for those of you who came here live, I appreciate you. And people that are seeing this recorded, please don't miss this wave. Please get out of the way and stop saying you know everything and share the video and say, check this out. If they want more information, share the longer one. Hi, Lisa. It was so neat to see Lisa in Las Vegas. That was so cool. Good old friend. So anyway, Craig, I'll turn it over to you and we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan, and welcome everybody. Hope you guys got that whole thing there because it's so important. And I know that we keep saying it. We said it on Inner Circle last Thursday. Robert has said it before. We've said it in previous Ask Me Anythings. Please be patient. Follow what Robert is doing. He is following the experts.
I am.
And that's what we need to do. Because if you do go off on your own, you're on your own. That's it.
We all see the immediate response. Oh, by the way, I might as well share with you guys.
Yes, please.
I know we're all following this. So how many of you know that I had 6 trades in a row, tap and trade that I won on, right? So we were showing my back office and it was 100%. Well, it's not 50,000 anymore because I had some bad trades. Can you guys believe that? Robert,
it's a little blurry still, Robert.
Back it up. Back it up.
Back it up. Back it up.
Back
Slowly.
it up. Back it up.
Okay, and then slowly bring it in. Okay, you can maybe go a little faster.
Oh man. See what
Take
I
a
have?
screenshot and send it in the
It's still blurry,
Oh.
so
Thanks, man.
cool.
yeah, that's a good
But
idea.
I had 3 bad trades in a row. Then I got to hang around some experts. And then I watched Brett's video. And I went, wow, I watched Brett's video. And so you guys can laugh at me all you want. I know some of you are way ahead of me. But I didn't know that when the quicker that I could click on approve, the better. All right. Me, I'm like, I don't know. It's counting down to, minute, 13 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, I'll approve it. A trade can already be destroyed by then. I didn't know.
So the quicker the better then?
The quicker the better. I've been telling you that for years.
I don't believe that.
There's no
Uh-oh.
reason.
Get on with our day.
There's
You know what I mean?
There's no reason for waiting. I mean, come on, let's get this done. I got some work to do, right?
Let's go.
And by the way, Robert, I did post that link in the chat, that Brett's video, and I got to give props to Sandy for sharing that.
Thanks, Sandy.
And Sandy, we're coming to you in just a minute as soon as we're ready to roll. But it's in the chat here in Zoom. It'll also be in the YouTube chat once we get there. So please take a few minutes. It's a 5-minute video. It is worth watching to understand exactly what Brett is talking about because he makes sense. And this is how we have to approach the whole tap to trade concept.
And if he makes sense, he makes dollars.
Boom.
So here's something I'll say about Brett. These guys that are trading all make money every year. Brett only made 170,000 last year.
Holy shit.
That's all he's made.
Wow.
And it was his best year.
Way to go.
But so these kids are married and got some kids and they spend all their time on their phone making money. And it was pretty inspiring. It was really, really inspiring. And so again, like I said, we're going to get a Zoom set up and let you guys know. So I shared it with Matt and Craig, and we'll put it up there. But I'm ready to go into Q&A for anyone that has any questions.
Okay, before we go into the Q&A, I've got it up. Let me go ahead and share that window here.
But how many of you like seeing me lose? Huh?
There it is.
Can you guys be honest? So I was up 590. So I not only lost the 590, but my last trade was what I was sharing with you guys with Brett. So now what I did is, not that you're supposed to be watching it, but I decided to watch this. And he said, listen, if you go in right away and then watch it and it pops in a green, take your profits.
Say that again.
Okay. So if you click right away and then you go to Trade Locker and watch the trade, as soon as it pops in the green, click,
Wow.
close it out. Now, two things will happen. One, you'll go back to when it closes and go, damn, I could have made more money. Or, oh my God, I closed it out. Because every trade is either a win or a lose, right? And so that got me back up, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to share that with all of you because it does not bother me to lose. It's like, I know it's part of the game. It was that way. And when I was a professional driver and drag cars, NHRA, it was that way when I fought in martial arts. Sometimes I worked on cars and didn't find the problem. I mean, it's just life. I don't think I've ever messed up with you, right?
Well, a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, it's easier
Okay.
just to get the loss out of the way,
Yeah.
get the failing part out of the way. There was this video I saw from Gary Vee way back when, and I still remember it sometimes, where this dude stood up and he's like, my brothers and sisters, they're scientists and they're educators and they're all these things, and I'm not. I'm just a failure. And he's like, great. You've already failed. You've already done it. They already expect
No.
the expectations are low. So you're not on the same plateau as them. Anything you do is going to be seen as magical, as great, because you're improving and you're bettering yourself. So it's good that you got the failure out of the way in the beginning. And it sticks with me because when I start something new, I try to think about that and remember that it's good to just get the failure part out in the beginning, like just get it out of the way. And then you won't fear it happening as much because you kind of know. It's like interesting, right?
You're not going to die.
Like you'll see certain people and they like won't pay their bills or something. And you're like, how can they just not pay their bills on time? I don't understand. And here I am, like the moment that I can pay the bills, they're either on auto pay or I'm paying them because I have scheduled stuff to let me know I need to pay things. That's the way that I am. And yet there's people out there that are not scared about it at all. They're like, oh, late payment. Oh, I forgot to pay that.
No.
And it's like, are you kidding me? But for them, it's happened so many times. They don't fear the late payment. They just eat the $35, which is nuts to me. But you know what I mean? Like some people are that way.
I know there's a certain app out there. I don't know what it's called, but and I'm not going to throw the person under the bus, but they said the reason that they're with this company that also allows them to get paid from their company is they say the company doesn't get mad if you go $250 in the hole because they know that your check is coming and they don't charge you any fees. And I was like, so you run your life $250 negative and you're checking that out. It's like, hey, it's like some people, I guess, do things different.
Like we won't say the number, but me and my dad both have a number in our brains that when the corporate account gets to it or gets below it or above it, that we feel comfortable. And that number is pretty high for like
Super
most people,
high.
right? It's like a full-time year salary or something like that. But because that's the case, it makes us, because it's just like the new normal, right? A lot of people here probably have experienced this, right? Like you maybe got a raise in your career or something happened that allowed you to increase your lifestyle based off of your income. And that becomes like your new norm. What is this saying, Dad? Like a necessity saying, something that's a luxury becomes a necessity.
It's something experienced once becomes a necessity.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
that is the case. So
yeah, so if you're always looking at your checking account and logging in and it has 6 figures in it, I really, really know that changes your mindset. Well, it's a great way to start out the day is log into your online banking and go, damn, if now for the Hollis family, we're not bragging, but that's 3 months. So if the income lost, we'd be in trouble if we didn't get something going in 90 days. But we're usually ahead of the game by then. So thanks, Matt, for the comments. We always appreciate them. Okay, Craig, let's get some answers.
All right, sounds good. There's even
Thank
a
you.
couple
Melody,
of
Melody actually said it correctly.
I knew you said it
A
right.
luxury experience once becomes a necessity.
exactly.
And Melody's been on a private Learjet with me, so she knows.
And that's why you see the heart if you're watching us on Zoom at Melody's picture. So yes, yes, yes. All right. So we've got a couple of questions as well. But first of all, I did see a hand go up in Sandy Baker. Sandy, and then David Oliver, you will be coming up. So thank you very much for raising your hand. Go ahead, Sandy, unmute and please share with us.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Sandy.
Hey, first, I'm really glad that I shared that video up front. I'm glad so many people are loving that. I'm sure he made it because so many people were asking about it, but I actually went directly to him and said, Brent, what the hell did I do wrong?
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So, and then you were talking about people, using money and then going negative. And then when I worked at the credit union, we had that. It was called member privilege, and people lived on that stuff weekly. As soon as their check came in, they'd borrow on it again just so they can make it through to the very next week. I should be reaching out to those people.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So my question is, I have this person that I reached out to. He is in trading, and he asked me for credentials. I said, listen, I don't know anything about this. I just do what the experts tell me to do. And he says, experts based on what? So I just gave him a thumbs up and I left the conversation because I'm a hot-headed bitch and I would get cocky with them. But I didn't do that. I was very proud of myself. But what would you do?
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. My whole career, my best, if people ask me questions, it's, that's a great question. I don't know. All I know is somebody else's story.
Okay.
So with people like that, how I've been able to convert people so fast, and 4 people I converted that tried to pitch me, is I've been using the screenshots of the people taking down withdrawals. I don't have one yet because I haven't one to challenge. And I just started, I actually have them in a folder and they say, well, I need this. And I just say, I understand, but I only needed this. And I send them every one of those withdrawals in Messenger. And they come back and go, what is this? I said, these are all people that wanted to challenge and now are withdrawing money for them and their family. To me, that's evidence that I can do it too.
Okay. All right. That was just my question. I was just
Yeah.
like, listen, you cocky asshole. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. And again, don't forget to send, because everyone's an expert, Sandy, no matter what we talk about, right?
Right.
It'd be really neat to find out from a psychologist or a psychiatrist that when you're doing anything, why you all of a sudden attract these people that have no results, but say they're experts. It's mind-boggling to me. It's like, so all I do is bury them with videos. I right away when a couple of people reached out to me, I sent them that video of them talking, Ollie, Matt, Josh Zwagel all talked in that video, and then they did testimonials in it. And I just said, listen, one of the kids, Wheezy, in this video is already drawn down $17,000 for his family, and he started at the end of June. And I said, so show me your withdrawals, or let's end this conversation, because you know everything and I know nothing. But I use these videos to bring in 250 people. You know what I mean? It's like, so, hey.
Okay. I've only got 2. I got 1 more and then it's free.
Yay!
Okay.
Hey, and I have clarification on that. A lot of people ask. If you have 3 active people, when your month comes up to get paid, for them to take it out of your account, They just won't.
Okay.
So so a lot of people been asking, how's this 3 and 3 work? And so now I know.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
I love you, Sandy. I'm so
Love you.
proud of
Hi,
you. Thank
Terry.
you. Thank you for all your interactions with the group and being such a positive light. You're amazing. So thank you, Sandy.
Thank
you.
you,
Right?
Sandy. Appreciate you. Okay, couple of quick questions that I think we can answer really fast, and then we'll get to
Sure.
David Oliver. Is the promotion still available to MDC customers? And this is from Sarah Lipscomb.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Till tonight at midnight, unless they expand it again.
There we go, Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Very simple. Okay, and the next question is from Faith Castiu. Are we to trade with Brent as well, or still just stay with Javed and John Lael?
If you're doing tap to trade, I would just, and here's a neat way to do it. So you guys get to make your own decision. I log into Akashics, and the down the menu, there's a thing that says tap traders. If you click on tap traders, you get to click on each one of them to see their last month's up to month. It moves, but their winnings. And so for a newbie like me, it was really, really important for me just to do taps and trades with Javed. I was told later that John was number 2, so that's why I used John. Now, here's what's hilarious, right? Teaches us a lot of lessons in life. You know, I'm going to do a whole training next week about the emotional roller coaster, because every one of us is on an emotional roller coaster, and it's called life. But when you add something like this to it, it seems to accentuate it or exaggerate it. It's like, we know we go through ups and downs every day, right? But those are in everyday life. So then when you add something to it, like how many people realize that when you're in a brand new relationship, it's like it's honeymoon period, right? And then all of a sudden there's something that they do that you're going, uh-oh. And what do they call those?
Irritation.
They call those red flags. They call those red flags. It's like, listen, are you really going to go out with your friends and leave me here alone? See, I was very blessed. Terry would say, see ya. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So,
I didn't go boating today. I chose to pick him up at the airport. So
man, wasn't she nice?
I could have went boating, but no.
She picked me up at the airport
Picked
because
him up at the airport.
I came early. There you go. So yeah, that's the answer.
Awesome. Thank you so very, very much. And yeah, if you log into the Akashics website, your Akashics website, you look on the left side. In fact, I will go ahead and show really quick what Robert is talking about. There it is. Right down here, the left side, home, getting started, academy, 3 and free, live sessions, session replay, trade alerts, tap to trade. There are the tap to traders. Click on that, and there they are. And then you get to find out.
Maddie Thayer now is ahead of John.
Yeah. And you click on the view trade history, and there you see the chart showing their last trade history.
Now, how many people know that Javed is lost the last couple?
Yeah. In fact, let's see.
You know, click on Javed quick.
That's what I was going to do. There we go.
Ouch.
Right there.
So how many people know that if you had an account of 25,000, okay, and you took that times 0.03, at that an extra $750 a month? It doesn't seem like a lot, but again, this is what I said in front of the room. If any one of you would send me your Venmo or your Cash App or your PayPal, and I'd say I'd whip you over $750, your attitude would change. So stop saying that $750 isn't a lot of money, right? And people are like, yeah, but it's challenge money. Well, you can have any negative attitude you want. It's like you get to choose. I look at it as a positive. So Craig, thank you very much. Hey, how many of you guys are jacked out of your mind right now? Craig Jackman is showing his back office. I'm like, damn, this is awesome.
And yes, I have lost as well. I took the $25,000 challenge and I'm down, but I also know, like we have said here before, it will go up. Just follow the leaders.
Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Absolutely, positively.
Yeah. So of course, when you feel comfortable, you can follow the live sessions. I followed one, but was chicken and didn't trade with Javin. And in this Zoom that we're going to do this week, come on, you guys, help me. Who? Joel. Joel has got a philosophy or strategy on what he does with gold, but you got to know the strategy if you're going to follow him. All right. So if you're just poking signals in there and you don't know when to close them, even if he hasn't closed them. So I guess he teaches this strategy, and I guess he's responsible for helping people win more challenges than any other trader.
Wow.
So the thing is Josh Swagel passed his first phase following Joel. And but what he does is you know, when they say the 0.5, I found out how many people know what a pip is. I finally know what a pip is. A pip, mostly with gold, not all, but a pip 0.5 would be 50 cents. That you're leveraging 50 cents. One is a dollar. All right. So when Joel does these things, you lose bad and you win amazing. So Josh has lost 2 accounts. This is his 3rd one. And because when Joel puts in 0.5, Josh puts in 5. So instead of 50 cents, he's betting $5 a pip. If I'm understanding that correctly, some of you are going, Robert, you should stop talking because you still don't know what you're talking about. And I would be totally okay with that. I am not an expert. I still don't know Tradenese, Vietnamese or Tradenese. So,
And by the way, that's Joel Arias, Arias. So I'm assuming, Robert, he will probably be on that Zoom that we're going to have coming up.
oh, absolutely. Get this.
Fantastic.
Arthur said that he's seen Josh's screenshot where it was 10.
Wow.
Jenna, 50. 50. I'm like, what are you doing? But I'm not joking here, but how many have seen Jenna Zweigels and Josh Zweigels completion for their challenge? That's all I'll say. I love them, but they're learning too. They just have more money to risk. How many of you would think like, oh my God, you know, $935 to get another challenge? That's like nothing. That's like $1 or $2 to them. So you act appropriately. So some people are like, hey, $935 is a lot of money for me. You know, I'm being cautious. So yeah, I got a $50,000 challenge for free for buying a Koshik, and I'm cautious. I know it's other people's money. I had one guy, I don't remember who he was, and if I said this before, I apologize. I had one guy send me a screenshot of him losing. And he goes, do you know how much this would bother me if it was my money? And boy, that was a light bulb for me. It's like, oh my God, if I lost this money and it was mine, that would have been hard. But I'm learning with other people's money. And I went, thank you. I might get a little more aggressive now. All right, Craig, back to you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Okay, David Oliver, it is your turn. Thank you so much for your patience. Please open up and share with us.
Hey, Robert. Good to see you
David,
again.
how you doing?
I'm doing great. Absolutely great. I have one question, maybe a follow-up.
Sure.
Can you see, does it pop up? David Oliver got a new challenge
No.
Okay, good. Because I failed 2 already.
Hey, if you're part of the inner circle, welcome to the club.
Okay.
And
I've been
yeah,
following Joel, and you're
okay.
right. You're right. You win big, but you lose big. And at first, I didn't know what I was doing. And stop losses are very important. If that. So I went like I didn't even know the stop loss. And so
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay. But anyways, I'm really excited about this because it
And
really is
congratulations, you got a new person. That's
that's
so
right. Yeah.
awesome.
No, but I mean, there's a risk factor, but if you follow the trade alerts, boy, yesterday, so it was a new account because I lost 2. But it's been within the 50% discount. So,
Got it.
I mean, maybe some people think that's a lot of money, but it depends where you are, right?
It does. It does.
Right. But I wanted to learn as quickly as possible.
I love that attitude.
And so, I
love that attitude because
so
now you have that story.
Yeah.
If your story is like my Think and Grow Rich story, even though I don't promote that book because it's too deep for me. So then I assume that it's too deep for a lot of people. And so that's why I've never promoted that book. But like I've said before, when it said in that book and I heard, the average person loses everything at least 3 times before they kept it. My ego went, give me $1 million one time. I'm not an idiot.
Right.
Well, I'm an idiot. I've won big and I bet big, so
yeah.
I was working with a company called ACN, and me and my family moved purposely to Orange County to capitalize on gas and electricity deregulation. And so I'm smart, man. I just went, well, Pacific Gas and Electric, that'd be one customer that would count for 2 customers because I would get their gas and electric. And so I spent a lot of money doing advertising and figuring out internet. We got 2.6 million customers and none of them got hooked up. And so was doing some partnerships with some people I shouldn't have. The next thing I know, I'm filing bankruptcy and we're painting the house while Terry's crying and we're moving back to Montana. And it's like, hey, if it would have worked out, can you guys imagine getting a percentage on 2.6 million people's gas and electricity bill every month? Wow. Just let that try to mess with your head. You know what I mean? I think I had it figured out as like 1.7 million a month in income I would have made, but didn't happen. So sold my position for $1 and moved on.
Yeah, that's how it is. Sometimes you just have to. I just know that the emotional aspect of, you're watching it $2,500 negative, you're $3,500 negative. And you're thinking, well, it's only 3:00 in the afternoon. But it didn't work out. But now I'm really, I think I've gotten a little hardened by the fluctuation. Like when they put in I did a tap and trade, and I think I made like $400 on that tap and trade. And it was actually from a lady on there. But when I saw the tap and trade, I know enough now to go to Trade Locker and look at the numbers. Now I know, before I didn't know. Now I know because it hurt.
Right. Yeah. And
so I follow what they say, and then I look at the numbers, and then I figure out what my risk I want to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes you put in 0.02. I've done that 0.02. So if you lose $5. So that's what I like about this, that you really have a lot of control over your risk.
Right.
So you have to say, so what I said to myself, I said, so if it's 50,000, I need 57,500, divide that by 20 days. I need to do 250 a day.
Yeah.
So if I do 250, go away. Wait till tomorrow. The only
Yeah, I
problem is-
can't, David, I'm with you. I can't wait to learn. You know,
Right.
under this where they have trade alerts,
Right.
have you done anything with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I haven't. So Jenna pulls up her phone, and I had no idea that when you touched one of those numbers, see the copy next to it?
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
no idea. So she brings this up and she goes, watch. I tap on that and it says below they're copied. And then she went over to Trade Locker, clicked on the same box, pasted it in there, and she just went to every one of these things and went, there I go. Now I'm trading. And I'm going like, you know, it's like, but it's so damn easy. But I'm going like, I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out.
Well, yesterday I followed one of those trade alerts. I think one of them was from Joel. I think he came out with it in the morning, and it was afternoon, and I was up $2,200.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
But I lost some of them. So I
Wait,
only, I
Why
only-
doesn't people, David, why don't people look at this like, you know, bowling?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah. You get up there, you get cocky, you throw the ball, and you get a strike. Everybody high-fiving you. You're a stud. You're Mr. Stud, right? And then you get up there and throw it right in the gutter, you know? It's like everybody like, oh, it's no big deal. When you're going with people and some people that participate in drinking or whatever, it's like, it's just fun. It's just fun. But people, you know, when they're dealing with money, they really have a tendency of feeling like they lost everything. You know what I mean? I'm going like, what?
With trading, I didn't know this because I didn't know when it was going down, right? So your numbers are going down and going down and going down, and you keep seeing the red everywhere. You see red everywhere, and you're like, I didn't know, but I think it was Jenna mentioned something to someone else, and you can sell and make money on the way down.
Yeah.
Didn't Josh say something about that? Or
So
Josh-
what I
Josh says
started to do was
Josh says that's most of his thing. Like he said, I'm not saying the names. He goes, but I get to watch them trade. So there's just some people that I bet against them. And I'm going like, dude, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, I know on average when they win, and these people would not, listen closely, you guys, these people would not be educators. On a year-to-year, on a month-to-month and a year-to-year basis, if these people weren't making money trading, they would not be educators.
wow.
I thought that was a biggest thing to say. So let's just say that if you picked any one of these people and took every trade, every live, everything they did for a year, you're winning.
Yeah.
It's just
absolutely.
It's just the times that you get knocked out and you don't know what happened. You're feeling ugly, and all of a sudden you shake your head and there's somebody saying 7, 8, 9. You better get up. Get up.
Yeah.
Just get up and then listen to Taylor Swift's song. You know, shake it off. Shake it off. What's wrong, hon?
stop it.
Are you what? You all right? She loves Taylor Swift.
No, I don't.
Anyways,
Everybody.
Hey, now you know how Arthur feels about Nickelback.
Come on.
You don't like Taylor Swift. It's like, come on.
I don't like her.
oh,
But you like her song.
I don't like any of her shit. Her stupid costumes, none of that shit. Don't like any of it. So lame. But she's rolling in it, so good for
Hey,
her.
I know how to pull out the
I'm
Terry.
Jelly Roll, Post Malone type of a gal. So anyway.
Cool. Anything else, David?
no, that's it. Just wondered how much money you've made off of me.
Your 149 monthly membership.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Oh. No, it's like
No,
that's
I hope
it.
I make you a millionaire, really.
Yeah. Here's one other thing I want to say, David, is that, you know, you and I met a couple years ago. And I just want to say this public in front of everyone. man, you inspire the hell out of me.
Mm.
You really do, because you're an entrepreneur, you're a very successful business person, and now all of a sudden you're making the shifts required for you and your family. And most people, no, they're just not going to change. You know what I mean? And I really love that about you. I love that you're a brother in God. I love how bold you are, and I just think you're amazing. So for those of you that want to know how dedicated David is, and correct me if I'm telling this story wrong, this is my hallucination of you telling me this story, right? So all of a sudden he just has a heart to heart with his wife and says, listen, I'm getting rid of my flooring company, and I'm going to make some different moves. And she said, you know what? I've supported you in this business an entire time. And before you sell it, we're going to go on some vacations. And it's like, for the first year or year and a half that I've known David, it's like, listen, I promised my wife, and so I'm on this vacation, I'm on this vacation, I'm on this vacation. And she's like, before you get focused on something new that's going to replace the business, I know how focused you get and how serious you get. So she said, I want some me time before you get focused on another business. Am I telling the story correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many
know-
trips did you and your wife go on?
Oh, we've gone a couple cruises, and yeah.
That's
We've
cool. That is so
Yeah.
awesome.
You came to me in a dream a couple nights ago. Yeah, you did.
I'm listening.
And what you emphasized to me was stop being a expert.
Wow.
And when I woke up, it was as if I just talked to you. And I sat there in bed thinking, huh. And so what I got out of what you said, because I think I watched one of your shorts on that subject. And I guess I must have watched it and it made an impression, and I went to bed, and my dream.
Wow.
Anyways, and so promoting someone else
is the key.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes, that's what you told me. David, you came to my you came to me at my face. You said, David, and you went like this. David, promoting someone else and you not being the expert is the key. And I thought, when I woke up, it's like, oh man, I'm trying to be an expert.
Yeah.
What a relief of pressure.
Oh, it's like it's everything. You guys seen me bring that up in my talk on the Saturday. Craig was nice enough. If you guys seen a short that inspired you, give Craig Jackman a hand, man. He's like, he is freaking amazing. And he also took my little segment out of that Saturday training. And that's what I talked about on Thursday. And that's what I talked about on Saturday. To think that people in the room didn't know that I was using their videos to make money. Example. I don't know anyone that tells a better story about dream trips than Mark Smith. And a close second, if not better, is Jefferson Santos talking about dream trips. That kid, I'll call him a kid, made $15 million from dream trips. I don't know who you would want talking about it. Him and his wife have been on over 200 dream trips. Terry won't take me on that many vacations. You know what I mean? So
I like my dogs.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's all I have. Thank you.
Yeah, and if the overall deal, I had Josh do. If someone just wanted to know who MDC was and all their brands, I had Josh Wagle do a new video for us. I'd be sharing that one. And if we're talking about Akashics for people that, well, what do I do when the promotion's over? I'm not going to stop sharing that video where they talked about the promotion, because I think that's curiosity like you would not believe. Well, I watched that, and so if I come in for $149, I can get the $25,000 free. You know, people got in on that promotion. It no longer exists.
Hmm.
You know, so you could wait until it comes up, or you could come up with an additional $235 and get the 25K. Oh, by the way, here's my affiliate link. And you know, go to my Cash App.
Hmm.
So that's how much money I've made just promoting TradeX Mastery in the last 2 weeks. How much have you guys made?
That
Huh?
much.
Well, that's your money.
It
You
true.
know, it's, I don't make money. I'm just a house husband.
Hmm.
Did you guys know? I brought that up. I brought that up every time I can. I said, this is Terry's position. If you guys listen close, I sometimes tell you guys too much, right? Did you guys hear that I couldn't do the Cash App because I don't have a debit card? Matt and Terry run the corporation. They know me.
Matt runs the corporation.
Yeah, well, she's the chief financial officer, right?
Mm.
But a lot of people reach out to me 24 hours a day asking me to give them money. And I do. So they took my privileges away. and it's like, hey, you can't do it at the expense of what we're doing as a family. So that's why I pick one charity, Jesus Way, with the orphans. And that's what I support mostly. But for some of you that have gotten money from me,
Let me give you the Cash App so you can get it back.
oh God.
You were, when you first signed me up, you were very generous to me. I remember you gave me some products, and thank you so much, Robert. I really appreciate all you did for me.
You're getting me in trouble right now.
No, but you know,
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna be faithful to you. So
No. I trust my heart. It works out very well. Coach Curtis, shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. Next subject. Craig, go ahead.
David, thank you so very much for sharing. Appreciate you.
David, you're awesome, man.
All right. Peter and Linda. Okay, and with Peter finally got his shirt on, so that's a good thing.
Oh, is it? Are they both in the same chair, or is it?
Yeah, look at this. They are. They're both in the same, and they're in the same room, no less. And they're plugged in. So go ahead, guys. Open up and please share with us.
Hey. How is everybody doing today?
Great. Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you?
Swell.
Highly favored and deeply loved. Thank you for asking. So I did want to pop in. I just wanted to say, yes, I actually lost the train of thought of where I was going to go with my conversation. And I think it's mainly because
Does that happen very much?
Sometimes, especially when you answer the
Hang on a
questions
second.
during somebody else.
I thought I seen a squirrel. Go ahead. Keep talking.
That's me. That's definitely me. But I did want to agree. I did want to say that the trading is yeah, the roller coaster. That's what it was. Yes, the roller coaster of emotions. Because for me, like you said, you don't want to sit there and watch the numbers turn colors. Yeah, it's very anxiety ridden. But then it gets to the point where you're right. Once you get out, don't ever go back. Because once you go back and see what you could have,
It works
just drives.
both ways, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, especially when I got that big win. It was just like, yeah. But it is a really big roller coaster, and when you got to just trust the experts and let the experts take care of what they're doing, and they know what they're doing, right?
I just want to add something to that story,
Yes.
and that goes in sync with our Imaginators thing, because
Yeah.
we were like $3,000 or $4,000 in the negative with the accounts, went down. And then yesterday, Peter said, you know what? I want by the end of this weekend to bring it back, to the 50,000. And like in a matter of like 2 minutes, like half hour later or so, in a matter of like 2 minutes, he made like almost $5,000. So he brought it back to speed, and now it's like, in the 2,000 in profit.
2,000 in profit. I was so
Awesome.
proud. And that was my day, my perfect day. Get up, wake up, do my stretching, do my workout, have my breakfast, do about half an hour of trading, win about 10 to maybe $20,000, and then go to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny when you look at people like Javed and some of these people, they are just so disciplined that Javed that's why he's a director. Did you guys know he was pulled out as the #1 educator of IAM Academy. And so been trading for 8 or 9 years and taught these people that forever. And so when he hits a limit for losing, he walks for the week. And when he hits a limit for earning, he walks for the week. So he knows that when he gets in the emotional roller coaster and he has a bad couple of minutes or a bad couple of hours, that him knowing with that feeling continuing to trade, it's going to get nothing but worse. He just knows.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other way around. And so when you win and you go, okay, so I won $250 or $300. I know that Matt and Hannah have always talked about, their future moving forward, been married for 10 years. And Matt just said to me, listen, the goal is simple. We want to make $200 a day. And so what you do is when you figure that out, it's like, yeah, that's possible. That's very, very, very possible. So where can you have the discipline that if you made $200 that day, that you're watching it, it's going up, going up, going up, it hits 200, stop. Now, this is something that I've learned as a human being. If you ever buy anything, buy something. The goal of going on the internet to see where you could have paid less for that item destroys all of your joy, right? I don't even tell people because you go, oh my God, I bought this watch for like $600. And they're going, oh my God, you could go to this site and get it for $400. See, why? It's like, oh my God. Yeah, so I'm happy to show you my watch. No, I'm not. I could have bought it cheaper. So when I buy stuff, I don't tell anybody because you always got these people all over the internet that goes, I could have got that cheaper. You know what I mean? I'm going like, oh man, just allow the world to steal your joy. So when you have the big wins, now you're looking for the big wins. When you get the big losses, it almost takes you out of the game.
Yeah.
So he was just saying, so now that he's unique in his DNA, like each and every one of you. And so that works for him. Him and Joel do not have the same philosophy and strategy.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Brett's the same way. Brett has his own philosophy and strategy. And to think that these guys, if you guys listen to this, this is what the educators that are in this company, this is what they do to take care of their families for the last 8 or 9 years.
Works.
So every one of us has a different lifestyle, right? Some of you are going, my lifestyle's not 30 grand a month. I could use a lot less than that and be just happy, right? And so you figure out what your deal is, and then you get to ramp it up when you want to, right? And now, why did all of them like me? Because they get focused on trading. And I stood up in front of every one of them and I said, so how many of you guys would like to make $1 million a year trading? And here's something crazy. Will you guys listen to me, please? All these people sitting in the room, 8 and 9 years doing trading. And I knew that would get them. I said, how many of you guys actually foresee yourself making $1 million a year in trading? Not one of them raised their hands. Not
Magic.
one person raised their hand. And I said, I'm going to make $1 million again this year because I'm going to have 10,000 traders. And you could see them go. And I go, I've done this year after year after year after year. It's like, and they're going, all of them are like, we don't focus enough on the business. How many guys have you guys? I'm going, and this is what I said to them, and it made them all emotional. I said, whether you're a believer or not, in one of my worst moments in my life, I made that deal. You know, if you're out there, you get me out of this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I just honor my promises when I do that. So my thing was, if you get me out of this, I'm going to spend the rest of my life helping other people get out of it. So I told everyone, if you wonder why I'm so consistent and been in this industry for so many years, is because I made a promise with somebody that I believe is helping me, whether you believe in that or not. So I just don't want to break my deal.
You
Because
are truly the greatest miracle.
yeah, so you know, my beliefs, the windows of heaven opened up, and my goal is not to make a full-time income trading and then, you know, right off in the sunset. So, you know, when you hear those people that are skydiving and then something happens and they die, and everybody says, well, at least they did something that they loved. I really, truly believe when I'm not here anymore, people would go, well, I think about an hour ago, he just brought somebody else in the business. Well, I don't know why I would stop trying to help someone's mentality and hope and belief and get them to believe in helping other people that they can win. I just don't understand keeping this a secret. That doesn't make any sense to me. And some of you are secret agents and don't talk about it because you're trying to win at the product game. You're trying to win at the trade X game. Oh my God, if I do this, then I don't have to talk to anybody. I'm going like, I don't know where your belief is, but when you're not helping other people, that's I'm just telling you from my, you know, because, you know, believe it or not, I'll say this, I'm done. Do you know why the world constantly talks about wealthy people being unhappy? Why they constantly talk about wealthy people having bad marriages or having their kids die of an overdose? You know why they focus on those people? Because they don't want other people saying, hey, you try to work for money and you lose everything. That's 1 or 2% of the people that make money. There's other people in this world. There was a book that we used to promote all the time, but it was called The Millionaire Next Door. I don't remember who wrote it. But when you read that book, it's the farmer that's the second and third generation. It's the guy that has a junkyard. You know what I mean? It's all these things are people. It's a not to throw him under the bus. It's a David Oliver that has had a successful business his whole entire life. And he's a good steward of his money. He knows who gave him the business. He knows where he gets his customers, and he's always happy and grateful for it. And he tides in the right place. And, you know, David could sail off into the sunset, but he was struck with the same inspiration as I am. You know, so to think that he's just barely getting wins, but he's already got people in his group. That's because he cares for other people. He really knows that's the key. And so yeah, it's like, because I know that I can introduce people to these experts and they're going to be fine. That doesn't mean they're all going to win, because I already know that a majority of the people do not follow instructions. I already know that. And that's not a problem. That's just a people thing. That's people being people. And I get to watch it in live time. Okay, I bought the 149 and I haven't gotten any emails. Did you guys rip me off? And it's like, listen. Did you click on this link and put your email in? Well, they didn't tell me I had to do something else. They told you in the video and they told you on the shopping cart when you bought a Koshik. Where did it say that? And then you send it to them. They go, well, I didn't read that. I know you frickin' didn't read that. That's why you're screaming in the help chat. Where's my link? It's like, oh my God, you're just telling the whole world who you are live time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I've looked in that chat. I had to shut it off.
Yeah.
Because these are the same people that whine, bitch, and complain about everything in their life, and they still are in that habit. They can't help themselves. They get up in the morning. I sent a video. I don't remember who it was, to Craig. Maybe we'll show this on the Imaginators for you those that are not Imaginators. But this lady walks up. I'll tell the story really quick. She walks up and she goes, I just bought this meat and there's a hair in it at a store. And the lady said, I'm sorry, we'll take it back. Here's your money back. And she was like, I just didn't say nothing. And the cashier said, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You wanted to fight. And she goes, yes, I did. And then she turned around and said, all right, I'm sorry. Do that again. She goes, I got a hair in my meat. And she said, because you probably put it there. And she goes, I did not. And she goes, well, you're not going to get it money back because you do have your receipt. Listen, the name's on the bag. Your name of your grocery store is on the bag. I don't need a receipt. You do need a receipt. And so when she went in there, she wanted to fight. She wanted confrontation. That's her way she feels like she's alive.
Why didn't the lady walk around the counter and punch her right in the face? There's a fight for you.
When you watch it, you totally get people. You totally get people. It's like, I needed to be pissed off about something. You know what I mean? And she goes, oh, I apologize. Let's go have that fight. You know what I mean? And then after we're done, she goes, are you okay now? Yeah, I am. You know what I mean? It was just so... I mean, and I thought I knew some people. I thought I knew them. And then I see them get involved in Koshiks and I see how they're acting. And I'm going like, wow, they spent a lot of time with me and they haven't changed a bit. They're in a new thing and now they get to bring who they really are out.
Exactly. That's the best part. It's like that's where it becomes really good. Is spending time.
And then other people are totally surprising me. You know what I mean? It's like that kid. You know what I mean? He just reaches out to me. Look at my. He goes, check this out, and he sends it to me, and all the trays were red, and I was like, I'm going like, okay, guy I brought in from the Philippines. I don't know him, never knew him before. I've seen all the stuff we're posting, and then all of a sudden, I'm going, wow, that's all I put was wow. Because a lot of us, if we're negative, we'll jump in the negative garbage with them. Like I used to tell Melody, when you hear someone starting complaining and drama, just hear a dump truck backing up and you're allowing them to dump garbage in your brain. So they're like, hey, Melody, I have a problem. And I said, don't let them do it. Don't let them dump that garbage in your head. Because Melody, when I first met her, used to be a...
people pleaser?
Not only a people pleaser, but she took everyone that was close to her in her group as she was going to fight for them. Yeah. I'm going to fight for them. So everyone brought all their problems to Melody so she could fight for them. And so... then I seen her go from that. She didn't at the beginning like me saying that. And then Melody's sort of special to me because then a week later, she's doing a video on YouTube about it. Hey, you ain't dumping garbage in my head anymore. And I'm going like, And then everything turned around for her. You know what I mean? She now became the person that no longer would allow people to dump crap in her head. And
Amazing.
she ended up being an incredible coach, and I'm so proud of her. So it's yeah, it's funny that we usually have to learn the thing that we want to teach.
Yes. We preached what we need to learn the most. Yes,
It's
definitely.
weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's a universe sense of
I
humor
told
right
the kid,
there.
"Why you got your boss in?" Hey, now let's
Yeah.
look for some
So
training.
I put wow in there. That's all I put. And that was the kid that came back and said, "Man, do you know how much this would have destroyed me if this was my money?"
Yeah, it's out of the way now. You got
It's
it out
like
of
this
there.
is other people's money. And he said, so when I start using my money, I won't make these mistakes. And I went, that's cool. You know, I get to do that with other people's money. So I love you too. Any other thing?
I just want to say thank you again. You just said something, and I don't know if anybody else caught it, but what you said in front of that room. Well, I'm going to make $1 million again.
Yeah.
Not I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna make $1 million again. And this is what I'm saying. You
Just
are
off this brand.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I feel I am a strong believer of that. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most, and I am so blessed to have you as one of those 5 people.
Thank
Like
you.
you and especially Terry now that she's joined us. It's just what a
Especially
dude.
Terry.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Definitely different dynamics.
Yeah, she doesn't believe this, but for some of you people that know, my mentor used to, when he met my wife, he said, "Oh, this is the string on the helium balloon." How many of you guys get this? So it's like, I'm like, hey, look at this. And she's just hanging onto the balloon so I don't, you know, end up over the bunch of ocean with nowhere to land. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Love you guys. Have a great day.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the day.
Cool. So
So
I'm
I don't.
glad that I made it. I was thinking of you guys, and I thought that you know, I can't put you guys through an inner circle and ask me anything. Oh,
Oh, he just did. If you want, we'll go ahead and go to JW.
is
All right.
is yeah.
JW, go ahead and turn on your camera, please, so that we can see you. Or unmute yourself, and if you can't turn your camera on, and then let's go ahead and hear what you have to say.
Ooh, you scared him, or scared her.
Or scared her. I don't know. Hand went down, and I don't see any way. And I did send the unmute. So,
Well,
okay.
hang on. JW, if you wanted to put,
Accident.
Sorry, no
Okay.
problem. No problem. Everyone put your hand up so JW doesn't feel like, see, we all put our hands up. That was by accident. No problem.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you all so very much for participating in today's AMAs with the Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert and Terry Hollis. We love and appreciate you. We're so glad to have you with us today. If you want to save the chat, and there's some information in there, some things to download in the in the Zoom chat, go ahead and click the 3 dots that are next to the Ask Me Anything where it says in meeting chat. Then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we conclude this Zoom. Got to give a lot of shout outs here today. So thank you all very much for participating to Sandy Baker, Faith Castillo, Sarah Lipscomb, David Oliver, and Peter and Linda. And of course, we got a shout out to Matt Hollis. Matt, bless you, my friend. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Matt.
very much
Matt.
for being our foundation, our executive producer, the gentleman behind the scenes. And thank you for participating in today's Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. Until next, don't forget, if you're part of the Imaginators, tomorrow at 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, check your communications, whether your Telegram or your emails for that links. and that'll start again at 12 p.m. Pacific. If you want to be a part of the Imaginators, very simple to do. Go to roberthollis.com/join and become part of the Imaginators and Inner Circle. If you're watching us on YouTube, click on the join button down below and you'll become part of that. We got lots to share for people who want to go to the next level, and we
Craig,
do
one
take things
second.
more privately. Yes, go right
One
ahead,
second.
Robert.
Say her name again, hun.
Donnell?
Donnell.
Yeah, she just asked how can she become part of the Inner Circle? Could you repeat that in Imaginators for her?
Awesome. Okay, Donnell, you go to roberthollis.com/join. Let me see here we go. I am going to take the link that I have on file. I am putting that in the chat right now, and the link is right there. You will become part of this amazing community, and we would love to have you with us. If you're watching us again on YouTube, it's the join button down below me, or down below us. And then you'll get to see Dex and Leo. Which? I only see one. Who's that one?
Well,
Dex.
Leo's laying down.
That's Dex. Okay.
The sugar face is Dex.
There we go. Because I noticed he had a little more white on the nose there.
Leo,
so.
come here.
Leo.
Oh, there's the other one. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna keep it up there, Robert. I'm gonna zoom in. There we go. There they are.
Aren't they sweet?
This is
So-
why we don't go on vacations, right here.
Right?
Yep.
Because I love
Awesome.
them more. Get out.
Awesome.
Get out.
So, that being all said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here with us on this amazing AMA, Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert and Terry Hollis. Until next time, please be good to yourselves, be cash, bye-bye, and I'm going to go ahead and unmute the community so we can all say so long for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
guys.
Daniel,
Love you.
Sarah,
The
Manuel,
Jerome
Bye.
Possum.
Donnell, Mike, Peter and Linda, Faith, Mike Hobbs. Everyone say Mike. He's a
Hey, see ya,
incredible
Mike.
marketer.
Bye-bye.
Jane, Diane.
Thank you,
Look at Diane
Robert.
and her trade smarter. Erlene. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Melody. Hi, Mike. Hi, Coach Bob.
Hey,
Jamie, Jerome, Lisa. Got a chance to give her a big hug, or she gave me a big hug. I don't know. Love you too.
Okay.
Hi, David. Thank you, Arthur,
Bye,
Matthew,
Terry.
Jody, Craig.
Good talk.
You guys were amazing. Beth, I know some people are on the other page. I apologize. Have a great Saturday. See you tomorrow on the